Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Brandy. I am the owner of Boundless Treasures Boutique. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We are going to be doing this decorative cutting board just in time for Mother's Day. So let's jump right in. Be sure that you enjoy and don't forget to like and subscribe. To start this project, I did get a big cookie sheet so I didn't make a mess, but I made a mess anyways, so such is life. And I am starting by pouring water into my mold. The reason that I'm doing this is actually so that I make sure that I know exactly how much epoxy I am going to need for the entire project. For this particular mold, I did use roughly about 24 cups of epoxy. The epoxy that I chose to use for this project was the Alumilite Clear Cast. So I will make sure that that is linked in the description below, along with all my other favorite epoxies. But this was definitely a good one for this project. I had very minimal micro bubbles, and it turned out so cute. I'm so excited to show you guys. But once you're done with that, it is time to get into the fun part of this project. So you're going to need your mixing cup. I'm using a silicone one just because they are reusable and the cleanup is super easy. I also have dried flowers, which I purchased from Amazon, so I'll be sure to link those in the description below for you guys. I had my tweezers. I also had two small measuring medicine cups to pour my epoxy in so that I could use my alcohol ink and my glitter because that was part of my design. The alcohol ink that I used was from Pinata and it was Sunbright Yellow, and the glitter that I used was from PDB and it was Honeysuckle. So if you don't have this color in your collection, I will tell you, you absolutely 100% need it, especially with summer on the way. Whether you do it in pour projects or on your tumblers, it is a gorgeous yellow. So I have included a discount code for all of you beautiful souls for PDB. So save yourself some money and grab yourself some honeysuckle. So once we have all of our supplies ready to go and our epoxy evenly distributed, a part A and part B, into our mixing cup, we are going to start mixing. I did speed this up a little bit. It is not very much, but make sure that you're stirring your epoxy slowly. This will help minimize any micro bubbles. You'll still get a few, but it will definitely minimize it. I am using my silicone stir stick because who wants extra waste? I think many months ago, I stopped using popsicle sticks and invested in some of these silicone stir sticks, and I love them. Like the silicone ones and the metal ones are incredible. I'll link some from Amazon that are silicone, and I'll link the one I got that's metal from CC DIY. It is my favorite one. But anywho, you're going to want to make sure that you are mixing your epoxy really well. You want to make sure that it is not cloudy, that there are no ribbons in your epoxy, and you'll be able to see when you're stirring, like you'll be able to see almost like when I'm talking about ribbons, you'll be able to see like where your stir stick was and where it is going. Like it's almost like this little translucent trail that is following. Once you have it all mixed up, you are going to want to pour it into your mold. Very simply, make sure you cover the entire surface area. The reason that that is important is because epoxy is only going to go where epoxy has been. So even if you pour little bits here and there, it's not going to travel if there are huge gaps. From there, we're going to add our dried flowers. Now, there's a couple different methods that I'll tell you. These ones I did facing me. And the reason I did them facing me is because later in this tutorial, I decided to add rub-on transfers. I don't know if I recorded that or not, because I was so excited to get this project going. But I had them facing me because the rub-on transfers can't. So clearly I did not record me applying the rub-on transfers, but they are super simple. I've done some on some tumblers, so you can scroll back and see how those are done. But this is the Sunflower Pack from Southern Belle Glitters. I'll make sure to link this below. But you guys, if you have not tried rub-on transfers, you've got to. They are such a fun and unique way to add just something beautiful to whatever you're doing, whether it is decorative cutting boards, your tumblers, coasters, anything like that. Like, this is such a great way to add just something beautiful. And Southern Belle Glitters just has so many amazing ones to choose from. So anyways, moving right along. Once we get the rub-on transfers on, we're going to make sure that those are varnished really well. And then we're going to go in with another pour of epoxy. So this is another 8-cup pour of part A and part B. Again, we are stirring it really, really well to make sure that it is not cloudy and that there is no ribbons running around the epoxy. So you're just going to want to make sure, like, scrape your sides, scrape your bottoms really, 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 really good. And then I let mine sit for just a little bit. And then I go in and I pop my bubbles. Now, there are lots of people that say don't use the torch with the mold and the silicone cups. Here's what I'll tell you. Be careful. Like, it's silicone. It will melt. So just be very, very mindful. Same as with your epoxy. You don't want to burn it. You don't want to catch your mold on fire. So please be safe. If you want, use the heat gun. Also, if you spritz some 91% alcohol on it, that will get rid of your bubbles as well. So here we have added our alcohol inks and our glitters. This part was so much fun. And truth be told, I was surprised how it turned out, because when I poured it in, I kind of had, I don't know, a design or just kind of a thought of what I was trying to accomplish. And I wanted the yellow to be kind of like a background color to the corners and the top. And I wanted the glitter to just kind of be focused in certain areas. But you'll see when I get done with this, the epoxy kind of did its own thing. And my glitter traveled, my alcohol ink traveled, but holy moly, you guys, what it ended up creating and what it ended up doing, I'm not real sure that if I even tried, I could duplicate it. But that is one of the things that I think is so great about these pours in the molds, is they just take on something very, very beautiful. So as you saw, I started with my glitter first, and I kind of drizzled that all over the cutting board. And then I went in with my epoxy that did not have any additives, anything like that. And I took my metal stir stick and I just kind of started swirling it around. My thought here was, hey, if I just focus it on like the edges and the inside of the sunflowers, like that will be super pretty. So that was my thought, is that it would stay in those areas and just kind of highlight and bring that open. And then once I added my cup that had the Pinata alcohol inks, at first I thought, well, I'm just going to add it here and there. And then again, like I said, it kind of took on a life of its own and was a very, very happy end result. And I think that's one of the funnest things with these pours, is that you just kind of go with it. Like, there's no rhyme, there's no reason. You just kind of go with the flow. Now, where the heck I went in this video, no idea, but clearly I am not doing anything that I can remember right now. But with that, I think this is a great time for me to say, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please do. But also, you guys, holy cow, the other day I was sitting here and I got notification that I hit 100 subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I was so ecstatic. I know that that is not 100 million people that are following me, but I cannot tell you how much I appreciate all of you guys. So thank you so much. All right, now we're back. So we're gonna start adding in these alcohol inks. I did end up adding a little more, which definitely brought in this beautiful translucent yellow color, and it just added something really pretty to the project. And as you can see, I'm just adding it to the corners. I wasn't really sure that I was sold on this idea. And I think I even asked my husband, like, hey, should I add this? And I am 99% sure. He said, no, it looks great just the way it is. And I did it anyways. And as I was demolding, I was like, holy smokes, this is such a great idea. I'm glad that I just did it, and I didn't hold back. But I really didn't add a whole bunch. As you can see, I didn't use the full 30 ml. And then here I am popping any bubbles that may have surfaced with my alcohol ink. But here it is, you guys. This is the end result. It is the perfect quick project. It took 3 days to complete, just because the layers take 8 to 12 hours to dry. But holy cow, I am obsessed and absolutely love it. But with that, thank you for joining me. I will see you all next week. Bye now.